Hello, D&D fans, and welcome to episode 5 of Holy Rollerz, a 4.5 D&D cleric campaign game where each of the characters can channel divinity and also a fair amount of hostility. I am your Dungeon Master, Sage of Sorcery, and before we go ahead and get started with any of our segments, we want to make sure that you know that we are having a really neat Dice Vault giveaway through JB Garage Crafts. We all have one of these lovely little things that he made for us, which are fantastic.
And they're pretty.
They are beautiful. And we will be giving one away as soon as we get to 50 subscribers, either on our subreddit or on our YouTube channel. Our subreddit is Holy Rollerz D&D, capital H, capital R, capital D, and then the other D. It's all one word. And then our YouTube channel is Sage of Sorcery Productions. If you search Sage of Sorcery Productions, it is the first thing that comes up. So we will give that away as soon as we get to 50 subscribers in either, and we are looking forward to do that. It does not have to have the Holy Rollerz logo on it unless you want it, which would be flattering. But if you'd like,
you do.
If you'd like something else because of poor taste, for instance, I don't know. You are more than welcome. I'm sure John Gaitan will be flexible with us. He is awesome, and he does great work. So just to let you know. And all right, and now with that, we have our resident vampire back with us, so we are quite excited, mostly because he does more damage. So, and no, it's just him. It's his presence that we miss, and we're glad
right.
to be back.
We miss his sparkly presence, yes.
Sparkly. Okay.
I don't sparkle. You're not that kind of vampire. Yet, maybe.
Okay. Take a feat. Okay. Moving on.
Sparkle feet.
Sparkle.
That's it.
Vampire, fabulous. That's what he's going to take. Okay. Moving on. Okay. All right. Minor action to sachet. Okay. Moving on. Okay.
Please don't make that
That's
a
an
thing.
auto crit with the sachet.
Yeah. Oh, snap. Okay.
Sorry.
All right. Very good. Nobody can hit him. Oh, okay. Sorry. All right. We're totally out of control here.
Derailing.
Okay. All right. Now for a small lore segment. When the Forgotten Gods created the world of Ienia, they raised two primary continents from the ocean, known as the Eastern Pinnacle and the Western Pinnacle. The Adari Republic, where our story takes place, is located on the east coast of the Eastern Pinnacle. As with all worlds across the plains, some races were brought to Ienia by the forces themselves, and other races migrated to the world of their own accord. Now, to each race of Ienia, the forces, or Forgotten Gods, gave a divine purpose or mission in the eternal cycle of rebirth. They named the elves the Restorers and gave to them the mission of renewing life. To the dwarves and goblins, they gave the role of the Refiners and charged them to create new works from the raw elements of creation. To the Vistani, the progenitors of all humankind on Ienia, they gave the title of the Wanderers and bade them travel the world over and even the plains beyond to gather knowledge and wisdom, and so on for each race that came to inhabit the world. Now that the forces have been trapped outside of reality in the Nether, all mortal kind is left to determine their own mission in life. The outer gods and elder gods seek to guide and coerce mortals to their destinies, but never to interfere directly, for their own divine law dictates that if they interfere directly in the affairs of mortals, by cosmic balance, the other planar powers may do the same. So, be careful what you pray for. Anyway, moving on. Alrighty. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we will be launching into our bios for the last time. So this is our last time doing bios, unless we get some major complaint on the subreddit and you want more bios. And we will start with Jesse.
Okay, since I'm going first, vital question.
Yes.
Since I'm going first, when everyone else goes, can I run out of the room and get some candy?
I have no qualms against this.
I think you must.
Okay, awesome. All right, my turn. Born in the Arkantar Highlands, Kaylin was cherished by her mother but scorned by her chieftain father. After spending her youth in the wilderness, learning swordcraft and more, Kaylin's safe world ended when she was sold into marriage to maintain peace with a rival clan. Wow, clan, not client. Her rage triggered her psionic powers, turning the ritual into a war zone. After being knocked unconscious and tied to a stake, Kaylin feared being burned as a witch. However, a radiant golden light burned away her ropes and guided her to a ship. There, Kaelin met Sister Victoria, a cleric of Valhalla who rescued her. Now an ordained priestess, Kaelin is hoping her pilgrimage to Valhara's temple will bring her insights into her future.
Ryan.
The son of a famous actress and a wandering priest of Sindel, goddess of love, Lachlan Dulé was raised among the upper echelon of Talispoon's artistic elite. Trained in the bardic arts by the finest tutors, Lachlan grew bored with his famous mother's social circle. And yearning to learn more of his father, he began to visit Sindel's temple in Talispoon, the House of Repose. It was there that Lachlan found his true calling and embraced the path of the paladin. Now Lachlan dreams of traveling to the Adari Republic and joining the Heartseekers, an elite order of knights who serve Sindel and travel the land fighting to preserve beauty and love. In this way, Lachlan hopes to better understand his father and who Sindel expects him to become.
Fantastic. Jeffrey!
Gisik was the son of the witch Elspeth and a long-forgotten ogre who was never seen again. His mother, who had always wanted a daughter, cruelly rejected her son and treated him like a servant. Although his mother never taught him any magic, Gisik watched Elspeth and was able to learn some magic from her. One night, a band of roving knights came and slew Elspeth and burned her house down. Gisik escaped and was reveling in his newfound freedom when Sigrund, the goddess of hags, spoke to him and gave him new orders.
Very nice. And JT.
When a kindly priest of Bestera, goddess of healing and protection, rescued an orphan child, he strongly suspected the boy possessed celestial blood. Father Garin named the child Michael and hoped that he would follow in his footsteps and join in the clergy. But fate took a cruel turn. In the very chapel he grew up in, a dark figure descended upon the young man, sinking sharp fangs into his neck. The man awoke with a bloodthirst, and the very shadows themselves came alive and spoke to him. They called him to the service of the god of night, or the death god, and revealed the true nature of his divine blood. The shadows named him Anduriel.
Very nice. Excelente. Okay, and now we will have a brief recap. Last time on Holy Rollerz, the party met with the town council of Hollydale, which was grateful for their aid in cleansing the defiled chapel of Bestera. The council rewarded the party with 100 gold and even gifted them the equipment of their retired priest, Hope Master Benjamin. The council asked the party to go for help, resolve the legal and spiritual problems of the murders, either to the chapel of Bestera in the nearby town of Winter Run, or to the keep of Lord Jacknell Whiterose, the Night Lord who governs Hollydale. The party elected to make the trip to Winter Run to contact their chapel of Bestera to inform the church of vacancy in the pulpit. Then Lachlan convinced the town council to allow him to perform burial rites by terrifying them with stories of undead rising from their graves. And he shortchanged his party members by keeping back a greater share of the gold than was given. He's a great guy. On the road to Winter Run, the clerics passed by a watchtower of the Just Blades, the knightly order that serves as the Republic's police force, where they found a lone knight being harassed by brigands in red caps. Suddenly, the sound of a trumpet on the hill announced the arrival of the Faith of Man, who claimed that they were there to rescue the knight from the redcaps. Kaelin and Gisik immediately took down most of the redcaps attacking the knight, and Lachlan promptly attacked the Faith of Man because he figures its eventual campaign goal to wipe them all out anyway. And Duriel disappeared. Did you what?
Did we die yet?
No, I was just telling everybody what a louse Lachlan is. And moving on. Anyway, Anduriel disappeared the day before after promising to share one drink with the party, and we begin tonight with him. So, Anduriel, I have a question for you first.
Yes.
We ended up clearing out the defiled chapel of Bestera at about mid-afternoon, maybe 2 o'clock or so, somewhere around there. You promised to share one drink with the party. How quickly did you leave after that one drink?
No, I shared a drink with our bard that night. What I didn't commit to that he did was
breakfast.
Breakfast in the morning.
Okay.
I'm that kind of vampire. I'm not going to stay for breakfast in the morning.
Yeah.
No, that night I made my way out of town, as it were.
Okay. So you left that night. I mean, yeah, you're not going to stay for breakfast in the morning. I mean, what is brunch? I mean, you wait in line for an hour. and then it's like lunch. Anyway, so moving on.
Somewhere Kaylin is just crying uncontrollably, going, but I love brunch.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, there'll be no more brunch. Okay, so Anduriel, we begin with you.
Okay.
It is that same evening, Anduriel, of the day when you rescued Kaylin and helped cleanse the chapel of Vestera. And you, my friend, find yourself standing in front of a small campfire. You don't particularly need the warmth given your undead state, but old habits die hard, and it's a comfort of home kind of thing.
Sure.
And so you're just kind of standing in front of that campfire, maybe thinking, possibly reading. How does he spend his evenings if he's not hunting?
Anduriel is a bit of a deep thinker. If he's not hunting, he is around a campfire, but it's more along the lines of considering things that he's learned throughout his lengthy stay on the planet, wherever it is he's at, and getting new targets to take care of, and then just thinking of ways that he can gain power.
Interesting. Well, you were standing in front of this campfire, and a very disturbing sensation happens to you again. You kind of see you're looking around, the shadows flickering in the light of the fire, and you see once again your shadow detaches as it has before. Mm-hmm. Now remember, this was an unusual occurrence because normally when the shadows speak to you, the shadows peel off of all the objects around you and coalesce into the form of the Shadow Master, who is the head of the Church of Naylock. So this is the second time that your shadow itself has detached from you and spoken to you. And so it rises up in front of the fire and it takes on a jagged shape. So it's humanoid, but it takes on a jagged shape, and you realize that it resembles now your holy symbol, which is a shadowy humanoid form with jagged edges on it. And that shape of your shadow begins to move in front of the fire in kind of a hypnotic way. And you're looking at it and you're wondering if it's going to speak when it kind of hypnotizes you and it draws your gaze into the fire. Your shadow backs into the fire, and suddenly your consciousness and your vision itself, that sense, are drawn through the fire. And you find yourself racing through a beautifully vibrant green wood in the early hours of the morning. As you race through the wood, you come upon a castle of pure white stone, nestled perfectly amid the trees as though it had grown there naturally. Atop all four turrets of the castle, a large white banner with a circle of gauntleted fists blows in the wind. It's quite the awe-inspiring location, and as you stare at it, whether it would be your norm to do so or not, you find yourself stirred by your emotions are stirred by the sight of it. It kind of fills you with a sense of hope for however long that might last for Anduriel. And then, just as that hope or that sense of emotion fills you, the sky turns a dark red, and a crack of thunder precedes several fiery red fissures opening around and over the castle in the air like tears in reality. From the apertures in the sky and all around come a horde of fiendish-looking bat-winged armored warriors, hags with skin as black as coal, and tiger men with strange backward hands and other monstrosities that you don't recognize. And they come tearing through, and your gaze is drawn then through the drawbridge of the castle. So you fly forward, and it's a little unsettling. You're not used to flying, given that you don't have that ability quite yet.
Right.
And so it's a little disturbing, but your gaze is drawn through the drawbridge and into the courtyard, where there is a small copse of trees and a very carefully tended garden. And as you look, you see you are filled with the sense that whoever lives in this castle, they have no hope against the horde that is assembled before them. And then you are looking and you're thinking, there's a slight twinge in your heart, even though you don't even know who might live here, at the hopelessness of the army that's assembled before them. And then something very interesting happens, something that is awe-inspiring. A battalion wearing white tabards with that gauntleted circle over chainmailed armor come pouring out of the castle from all different doors, brandishing different holy symbols, shouting cries. And some of those cries, even though they're not near, they reach your ear. You hear a woman yell, "Hemina, Everfire, I call upon your son to burn the evil from our midst." And then she flares with sunlight, and some of these creatures are burned and driven back, unable to approach her. You see a man with a mace and a shield come out and say, "Vestera, protector and provider, shield my brothers and sisters from this unholy menace." And as that happens, the horde is unable to approach from any direction. Then you hear someone scream, "Morthios, turn back the tide of fate against our enemies." And as that is spoken, several of the enemies trip and fall into each other. They go crashing into the side of the castle. And then someone screams, "Vahara, queen of the twin powers, curse the magic of evil this day." And you watch as some of these bat-winged creatures spew fire. You watch it get turned back onto them, and it's turned back as radiant energy. You even hear someone scream, "Lolth, queen of spiders, cast your poison webs upon my foes." And then you see a blanket of web catch even more of these creatures up in it. And for the briefest moment, you begin to think that somehow this much lesser horde or army may have the chance of resisting what's attacked. And then you catch sight of 3 people you feel instinctively you are meant to remember. You actually see a light in the sky, and as you squint or look at it, you realize that it's some kind of a fairy or fae creature, and she's flying around like mad. And everywhere she passes some of these monstrosities, they are poisoned, and she cuts limbs from their body, and she's like a whirling dervish flying all over the place. She's the firefly from hell from Hook. So there's that. And then you see a woman in a green miniskirt with thigh-high purple boots and a black cloak. And she calmly steps out into the courtyard with her hips like swaying back and forth, like she's at a Miss America pageant or something. She lifts her hands up, and a multicolored nimbus of fire just scours the sky and starts dropping these critters left and right. The last one you see is a farmer in a simple green tunic and brown breeches. He plants a staff in the courtyard, and it transforms and grows like a normal plant in rapid time into a thorn-covered tree. He rides that tree around the courtyard, and it starts smashing hags into the ground and skewering bat-winged creatures. And
what has Enduriel been smoking in the woods?
Exactly.
Only the best.
Yeah, something good. Now, Enduriel, you hear a voice whisper to you, and it says, "Do you know what you see?"
I have no idea what I'm looking at, but I do like these warriors.
Make a knowledge religion check 13 or a knowledge history check 15, whichever is easiest for your character.
I got a 16 on the knowledge. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So either one, you know that you are looking at the United Coalition of Faiths. It was a religious order that was comprised cleric of all different deities that served as kind of a peacekeeping force for the Eastlands. When it was a force that was enabled to move past the interests of any one church or cult. And so they work together to stop threats to the outer gods and to all of the faiths. So That is what you remember.
I say,
so what do you say to it?
I know who I'm seeing, but I thought they were long gone.
Okay. He says, "They are gone. The United Coalition of Faiths was the sword of the outer gods against the enemies of this world. That coalition must reform, and you must make this happen." What is his response to that?
Let's see here.
Whatever you say.
That's what I'm trying to. I'm divorcing myself from Anduriel for a moment here, like what I would say and what he would say.
What would you say?
Well, he would say, "Are these the orders of the Brother of Shadows?"
Okay. And the voice laughs. It kind of just laughs out in a raspy. It says, "What do you think?"
I think it's a task that is very large, very complex, and almost undoable. I know of no warriors such as the ones I looked at today. Where am I supposed to find these people?
And the voice says to you, use the bard and the mentalist that you rescued. Return to them. Await the right moment. Okay. He says, manipulate them, mold them, use them to reform this fellowship.
Is the situation so dire that we need a collection of people such as them?
Okay. He laughs and he's like, he's like, it is for you. You are being hunted by two enemies, foes that will overpower you and bring true death to you. And when he says that, Anduriel, you see the vision in front of you kind of freezes, and then time seems to advance, and you are looking at the keep again, but it's burned out like a husk of itself. There's dark shadows that are so deep that even you can't see through them. And the banners have been torn down, obviously, and you can see they've been ripped up. One of them is shredded, and the drawbridge itself, or the pathway up there, has been broken. And it just looks like a shell. And then your heart is pierced with a stake that comes out through the front of your heart. And your skin begins withering right before your eyes, and you watch your hands turn to dust. And the rest of you is soon to follow. How does Anduriel respond to this?
He starts freaking out, like trying to get the stake out. So he kind of freaks out a little bit because he forgets that he's he's in this vision, right? He starts yeah. So that's what he does. He freaks out.
Okay. So you watch everything withering around you, and for a moment you are looking in a mirror. Where it came from, who knows? But you're looking in a mirror, and you see your flesh kind of melting off of your body, and you get the distinct impression that either this is going to happen to you, or this is what it's like when a vampire truly dies. And then all of a sudden it's gone, and you're standing in front of the fire again, and your shadow is standing in front of the fire. And he says, as this fellowship was the sword of the gods, so must you make it your shield against the death that stalks you. And you know from your faith, Anduriel, that the god of death does not intervene even for his followers. Death is impartial and impassionate, and you would expect nothing else from him. So the fact that he's even telling you that your death is coming for you, that two people are hunting you, is somewhat of a big deal.
Well, and that was going to be my reply was, death comes to all of us. Why? I've dodged death before. Why should I be more concerned now? What's the nature of these hunters?
He says, that is something that you are going to have to find out in the full course of time. Unless you wish me to unbalance things and tell you. That would bring other consequences.
No. I appreciate balance as much as the next person. I know its importance. Fine.
He says, I can tell you this. Do you remember the kill that you regret most after you turned?
I reflect. I've had many.
So sitting there reflecting, one, maybe two, maybe more kills that you maybe couldn't help yourself from making come to your mind. It's up to you.
Mm-hmm.
And you realize that none of these have ever caught up to you. You've been wandering the entire time that you've been in
Right.
service. So he tells you, run, make haste, find them north on the caravan way towards the town of Winterrum. Find them, or death may find them first.
Fine. Now, I'll do this. Do we need this smelly one?
Okay. Your shadow dissipates and kind of just falls down to the floor and melts back into your shadow.
I suppose we do. All right. So I run.
You can interpret that any way you want to. Maybe he didn't answer because the smelly one is optional. That's entirely up to you. All right. So Anduriel, you go bookend. You have the map in front of you?
I do.
All right, Anduriel, you are coming from square 14A.
Okay. And I'm going towards V.
Yep.
Okay.
You are well, I don't know. That's up to you. You're heading from square 16A or 14A. You are heading to that tower. This is where you find them. And there you can hear the sounds of pitched battle going on. You even see some flashes of magic and light and strange things. But it is up to you. If you choose to, you could climb up the tower and approach and come down off the tower and attack surreptitiously. You can pull that. Or
yeah, I was going to say that's what I would do. Probably naturally.
Okay.
To give myself the best vantage point of the battlefield while having a little danger to myself.
Okay. All right. Make a climb check, please, my friend. You need about a 14.
Whoops.
It's an athletics check.
16.
Okay. All right. You easily scale up to the top of 17B.
Okay.
And Anduriel, I need you to roll into initiative, my friend.
All right. 7. 11.
11. All right. So you will go right after Lachlan.
Can I see where everybody's at from my vantage point?
From your vantage point, if you look down, do you see where the opening is in the tower down below?
Yeah, that's H, 17 and 18H.
Yes. Okay. So there is a cloud in front of that aperture, but I can tell you that you are standing on steps. You are about, I don't know, give or take, you're about 6 squares up where you are right now on stairs. Okay. So you come over the wall of the tower and you drop down onto that stairs. You're 6 squares up. You can jump down or you can go around to square 21G. You go around the stairs of the tower. You can leap from the top on the other side. It's up to you.
I'll take the stairs so I can leap from the top.
Okay, well, we will do that on your turn. Now,
Mama Queen.
yeah, hey, dude, if you want it, you got it. Yeah, get through it. Gizik, my friend, you are up. We are back into initiative with the Faith of Man and the Red Cap.
Can you, before you jump in, can you remind us what the initiative is?
Yes, I can.
Thank you.
We are going Gizik, and then the Faith of Man, then Lachlan, then Anduriel, who just rolled into initiative, then Kaelin, then the Knight, who is really great, and then the Red Cap.
Thank you kindly, sir. It's been a week.
Okay, that's no problem. Do you need me to go over it again, anybody?
I'm good.
Okay. All right, Gizik, my friend, it's your turn. What are you doing? As of now, Gizik, you are in a cloud of smoke.
I don't recall who created that smoke.
Red Cap. Remember, he got that Faith of Man druid, the one in the cobalt blue armor. He made a gesture, and he caused roots to come up out of the ground and entangle him, which didn't stop Lachlan from attacking, of course, but and Then
Redcap,
he
Epistivus or Selic or someone
no
else?
Redcap is a completely different person. He is one of the brigands.
Okay,
His name is Phil.
fabulous.
Phil the Redcap.
I love it.
Brother to Bill, the blue cap.
This could go for hours.
It could,
Good.
but should it? Anyway, moving.
So I know how a red cap gets a red hood. How does a blue cap get a blue hood?
Smurfs.
Okay.
All right.
And suddenly, ladies and gentlemen, we are fighting the Smurfs.
Just like say I didn't do it.
A more deadly foe we have never faced.
You know, Papa Smurf did have a red cap, and if this is Papa Smurf, you guys are screwed. I'm just saying.
When are we ever not
Same.
screwed? Let's be real.
Papa Smurf always wins, okay? That's all I'm saying. He's always got a potion. So anyway, moving on.
All right, well,
Okay.
let's smurf this thing then. I'm gonna stumble backwards to J15.
Okay.
Oh, we lost JT for a minute. There we go.
Oh, he's back. Okay, so I should be out of the smoke now, and there's still a red cap next to me, right?
Okay, in square J15 is Lachlan. You stumble
is he?
backward and go, oof! Lachlan, a great
I
big
have
old
myself
bastard
in L15.
in L15. I had you there, but I erased you. You wanted to flank with someone, and that's the square that you were able to flank in.
Yeah, our maps got all messed
What?
up, y'all.
How could he be flanking in J15?
People have moved.
Why
If
don't
that's where
we?
you want to be, Lachlan, I can move you there.
Why don't you start out then by telling us where everybody is again?
Okay. Well, and is on 17A,
Who is on 17A?
Endurial.
Okay.
Gizik on square 16J. Lachlan is on square 15L. On square 15N, right in front of Lachlan, kneeling on the floor prostrate, is the blue cobalted armored druid. On square 13S is Epistivus, the white witch in the white robe. On square 16R is Lady Waterford, or Mrs. Waterford, excuse me. And Kaylin is on square 6R.
Where is Redcap again, please?
Well, you're not sure where Redcap is, unfortunately, because
Oh, okay.
he just dropped a smoke bomb. So Redcap is not necessarily available.
But
Got it. Okay.
before the smoke, he was in 17I, right?
Thank you, Gizik.
He was in 17I when you saw him last. Yes, that is a truth.
And weren't there still two other red caps? Or did we kill them all?
No, they're all dead. There was just the one left, and he was rather disconcerted about the fact that all of his mates were killed.
We
Coward.
killed a lot last week.
They're
And so
minions.
Gizik?
Dime a dozen.
So, Gizik, you could wade in through the smoke and go searching for the red cap, or you could go backwards and try to attack the faith of man.
I will do that.
Sorry, is the fifth of men the swarm that's in front of the tower?
No, the swarm that's in front of the tower were all red caps. They're all
Okay, they're-
dead except for one.
So they're dead caps?
They're dead caps.
I will give you a point for that.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to charge over to 14M then and attack.
Celiac disease.
Yes.
What?
With just a melee basic.
I can't remember his name. It's like Celiac or Celiac.
You
It's
guys are
Salak.
terrible, but I love you.
Celiac.
It's Salak. That's okay. It's not marzipan. It's
That was amazing. Oh my
I
god.
attack him with the power of gluten.
there you go.
All
All
right.
right.
so-
Are you wielding gluten, Jeffrey, or are you doing something else?
No, just my claw. 20 versus AC, basic attack.
Okay.
That definitely hits him.
Oh, I forgot Fist of Stone, so that's 22. All right, so damage is 12 damage.
Okay.
Okay, that's it.
All right. Excellent. If you would give me 1 second, I need to fix the cord to my internet connection. If you would excuse me just for 1 second.
Go for it.
Well, while he's doing that, can you guys tell me, as I'm going to be looking at everybody, how's everybody doing, like, health-wise? Who would be looking the most aggrieved?
As far as I know, I think we're all pretty much okay.
I haven't taken damage.
Nobody's
I don't
taking
think
any
anyone's
damage?
been no one's bloodied.
It's
Okay.
been a pretty easy fight
game-wise,
so far.
Gotcha. Who's been the hardest? I mean, we probably shouldn't discuss this, but who's been the heaviest hitter?
Probably Lachlan.
Oh, of the bad guys.
Oh, the bad guys? God.
Most of the bad guys that are there just barely showed up.
Okay.
Yeah.
The other ones
Thank
are all
you.
dead.
We now
there's not
return.
really been a heavy hitter.
All right,
We
cool.
now return to your already scheduled program in progress. Okay.
Excellent, eh?
All right, moving on. Hopefully that will stabilize the universe a little bit more. Just switch my landline there. Okay, so Gizik, you come forward, and he is prone on the floor, so you actually have combat advantage, my friend.
24.
Oh, he's vulnerable too.
Yes.
Oh, is he?
Um,
How much
5
more
more
damage
damage.
did I do? 5? 5 more?
5 more damage. Okay. So Gizik, you come forward, and he's on the floor, and you just stick your claws in him, and you rake backwards. And when you do that, the wounds actually open up deeper, and he goes, "Oh, get out of the way! I can't see the bard." And that's really all his only feeling about that. He's just terribly upset that you've gotten in the way of his view of Lachlan. So he's like,
Oh, yes, he's the one that's enamored at the moment.
"Yeah, I can't see him."
We've
So-
all been there.
Yeah,
He's lost sight of Senpai.
yeah, he has. It's been ugly. All right, Gizik, you still have a minor action. Would you like to do anything else?
No, that's good. I'm done.
All right, moving on. All right, now it would be the faith of man. Okay. Lady Waterford is looking really, really irritated at you, Lachlan.
Yeah.
So, she's not happy. She's not happy by a long shot. And
Well,
so
I am. So, I mean.
Oh, good.
to make
Oh,
it
well,
work.
in
That's
that
all that matters.
okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, she's within.
So you're just waving at her?
Yeah.
No, I'm waiting for the adoration that's sure to come from this cobalt or this cobalt skinned nightmare in front of me.
Okay. Remember, he has been established as a storm archon. He is one of those races of the storm of the primordials. So, in any case, that is him. Moving on. Alrighty. It is her turn, and the first thing she does is look over, and she says, in a very powerful voice, she says, "Salak, get up. We are the faith of man. We do not kneel before these wretched priests of false gods. Awaken!" And Salak just goes, he just kind of snaps up at the sound of her voice, and you see that his wounds look like they've healed up a little bit, which is really annoying, and yet nevertheless does occur. Okay, that is the first thing that she does. And then the next thing she does is she is going to sing a very disturbing melody.
Why does this sound like Doctor Who?
So she sings, and Lachlan, you obviously and easily recognize the magic in the voice of another bard. So she sings this terrible, haunting melody, and Gizik, she is trying to get into your head with it. And so she shall make an attack roll. Gizik, what is your Willick?
Is Willick?
Yes, that's Will with Gizik on the end of it.
I was like, excuse me?
Okay. And oh, look what I'm rolling, Jeffrey. It's Wheel or Woe. Only 20s and 2s in this baby. So
Ooh.
here we go. Oh, and that is a 3, Jeffrey. So that is a 9 total. I'm assuming that does not beat your will. All right. So she's singing this song, and it starts to hit you, Gizik. And then all of a sudden, you are like, you're just looking up at her like, it's pretty, but I think I've heard somebody else do it better. Anyway. So, and she looks at you, Gizik, and she's just like, oh! And she just looks infurious, and she reaches down and picks up her trumpet with her minor action. And that will be all Mrs. Waterford does today. And now, it looks like she really was this time.
I was gonna say something like, "I like the original better."
Yeah, the original's better. I don't like how she does. She uses too many bells and whistles. So
I mean, that was good, but I prefer the Next Generation to the original Star Trek theme.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, that's exactly what happened. Okay, alrighty. So now it would be Epistephus's turn. And she just looks over at Epistephus, who's that elf in the white robe with the longbow who casts the light binding. And she looks at and she says, Epistephus, finish off that beast man. And then he just looks kind of dispassionately. He seems really, really calm, by the way, disturbingly calm in amidst of all of this, amidst pitched battle. And Gizik, he looks at you and he starts casting a spell. What is your fortitude? All right, here we go. He needs an 11. And that is a 3 again. Very nice. Okay. Unfortunately, Gizik, this is a daily attack spell, which means you are going to take some damage from it.
How does that work if you didn't get the required number?
Because daily powers in 4th edition always do some damage, or usually do. But it's half. Okay. So that would have been 15 plus 8, 23. So half of 23 is 11 points of damage. Okay, Gizik, you take 11 points of damage and ongoing damage 5. And this is what he does. He casts a drowning affliction spell on you. And he reaches down and casts this spell, and water rises up. So water rises up all around you. And you're like, for a minute there, it's like you're body surfing, but you didn't want to. And it's going in your mouth and in your nose and in your ears and your eyes. It goes up your butt. I mean, it's just every orifice you have.
It was okay until you said his butt. Then it's like, oh, he's dead.
Yeah. And you're like, ah, and the ongoing damage is because you are drowning. Save ends. So that is his turn. And he is going to bewitch Lachlan, or he's going to try to. Lachlan, what is your will?
15.
15. And he has a +5. Lachlan, my friend, you are bewitched.
Uh-oh.
And he moves you into the smoke. Actually, no, you know what? He's going to lower your will. Lachlan, your will is lowered by 2.
Ooh.
And that is his turn. And he stays where he is because he feels no need to get better, or no need to move closer, that is. And then finally, Salak's turn. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to interrupt real quick. Sorry.
Where's Ephesius at? Where's Festivus at?
Epistivus?
Festivus.
God, that name gets me every time.
Where's Uncle Fester?
Okay.
That's the Costanza's house.
Epistivus is in square 14S.
Thank you.
He's up on the embankment, JT, excuse me. So
14S.
No, I should have warned you about that in the beginning.
Yep. Okay, Jesse, you had a question.
I actually got all taken care of. Chat was saying Jeff was a little quiet, but I think we've taken care of it.
Yes. Okay. Yes. And thank you, chat. We love you. We appreciate you not only watching but checking out and helping us.
Enjoying our shenanigans.
Yeah. So
who's in chat right now? Who's in Twitch chat? I'm in there.
I'm in there. Penny's in there. Zoltar is in there.
Okay.
Jeff just popped in.
Shout out to all the chatters, guys. Shout outs.
Yeah. Rock on. Yeah. What's up, Zoltar? What's up? What's up, y'all? What's up, Pen?
We love you. You're great.
Yeah. Thanks for coming.
Yes,
I'm just fond of you. I don't know you well enough to love you. I'm just like fond of you. But that's pretty good.
That is your character.
It's like it could develop into something more.
I'm open
It's
to
on the Endurial brand spectrum. Let's
If
be
I'm
honest.
forced to be there, maybe.
If you like it, put a ring on it. But until then, okay, moving on. Okay. Oh, single ladies. All right, moving on.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry. Okay, moving on. Okay. Alrighty, so now it is Salak's turn, and Jesse, your question was answered then. Salak, Lachlan cannot see you. So he gets up from a prone position, and he's looking around Gizik, and he can't quite get, he's going to move over to square 14M. Gizik, you can take an attack of opportunity if you want.
Sure. 26.
That'll do, Pig. You hit.
Let's remember my damage here. It's, let's see, +4. So then,
Lachlan, he's still vulnerable, right?
Right,
Okay.
till the end of my next turn.
I just rolled an 8 on my D8, so
Ouch!
17, and he's still vulnerable too, right? You said?
Yep, so 22.
Oh, he felt that.
Oh, he noticed it.
So
Yeah.
the question about who's doing the most damage, I think that's me right now.
And I would agree with that at this point. Look at JT's face. Okay, moving on.
Right on.
Yeah.
I'm just glad it's not one of the bad guys.
No, I'm really happy for you. That's great. Okay. All right. So what does that look like, Gizik, when you claw him? He's like, move, I can't see him. And he starts moving around to get to see Lachlan. And what do you do?
I just kind of reach out and grab for his shirt, but it digs in really deep, and then I go to pull it back towards me, and it kind of tears away and brings a big chunk of skin with it.
So you stick into him and pull, and he just pulls off of your claws, heedless of the fact that it's just tearing him to shreds. And he's like, I can't see. He's like, and then he sees you and he goes, finally, I'm so sorry. It's like, I'm so sorry. I don't know why we're doing this. Why are we doing this, lady? And he's looking, and he's like, I'm sorry I looked away from you. He's like, it's not right. What can I do? What can I do to make that up to you? And that is more or less how he goes on for the rest of his turn. Now he will make a save to see if he breaks that. And unfortunately, with a 7, he does not break that enchantment. And he continues to beg for your forgiveness. And so...
Oh, I don't think it's a save ends.
Oh, it's not? It's just to the end of the turn?
It's till the end of my next turn, yeah.
Okay. Well, speaking of the end of your next turn, Lachlan, your turn would be next.
All right. Well, let's blunder him. What's his will?
His will is, in fact, 15, my friend.
15. Okay. I rolled an 18, so that's a hit.
That'll do. That'll do, Pig.
So he takes 15 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
And I will slide him 3 and let Gizik make a melee basic attack as he goes past him.
Oh my gosh. All right, what square does he end up in, my friend?
He's going to end up in N13.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's a 23 on the attack roll.
That's a hit.
He's still vulnerable.
Oh my gosh. This poor guy.
Okay, so that means
Poor
with the
guy.
vulnerability, it's plus 14 right now, also with my stone fist. So it's another 18 damage.
Okay. All right. So, Lachlan, you cast your spell, and how do you picture him going past Gizik?
Not very well.
I want him to do the Fred Flintstone twinkle toes right past. So he just kind of twinkle toes right around Gizik as Gizik smashes him.
I approve of this.
We represent. Okay. So, Gizik, what do you do as he goes by like this, looking at his body and going, do you just call him Gizik?
Well, you know, he's had quite a lot of the claw, so my fists are still covered in stone.
Very true.
I just take that and just swing out really hard and just clock him right in the face.
All right, so you swing out and you're like, whoa, like this, and one of his teeth goes flying out of his mouth, and a big spurt of blood goes out. But all he can do still is look back at Lachlan and go, I can't stay here anymore. But he can't help walking away.
And you guys thought I was the violent one.
It's very disturbing overall.
He's got to be almost... He can't be loving this. I've done like about 60 damage this round.
But remember, Mrs. Waterford healed him with a majestic word.
Oh.
I want to move to square 012.
Okay.
With my minor action, I'm going to activate my defender aura, and then I want to take an action point and attack him.
Okay.
Make the most advantage of this vulnerability as I can.
Lachlan, you move to square 012. And
what's his AC?
His AC is 19.
Hit. I rolled, yeah. I hit him with Virtuous Strike. So it will do...
Oh, it's an interesting power for you to have.
Virtuous?
Yeah. Yeah, JT, you weren't here
Do
for
that
our
again.
last session. You weren't here for our last session, JT, when he deflowered a poor girl and then wandered off from her and told her to suck it up, basically. And
She wanted to get married.
Oh no, you can't have that.
No.
yeah,
Basically did like the betting equivalent of a ding dong ditch.
Yeah.
It was like, bye, see ya.
okay.
So 14 points of radiant damage.
Oh, he just loves you guys. Okay.
That'll
Alright.
be it.
All right, so Lachlan, what does that look like? You come up around and he's
He just like has this big flourish, like overly flamboyant, and as he does, his sword begins to glow with radiant energy, and then like a rosy glow, and then he just clocks him, like slices right into him.
Okay, so he goes dancing past you, which you arranged, and then you take your action point and you slice right across. A big old section of his armor goes like flying off, and you can see his shoulder is kind of exposed. And Lachlan, you get a good look at him, and you realize that while he looks more humanoid than the average Archon, his body is partially composed of energy, of elemental energy. At this point, you're looking and seeing that he's got kind of like patches on his shoulder and his chest that look like just little jagged pieces or veins of lightning running through him. And yet more humanoid than normal. So that would be your turn. Anything else, Lachlan?
Nope.
Okay. Anduriel, my friend, it is your turn. Anduriel, I will now give you a piece of information that you are able to do. Make a perception check.
14, 24. Wait, no, 22.
22. Okay. All right, Anduriel, sticking out of square 17G, you see a man in a red cap, and he is just kind of like backing up like this, looking like he is trying to hide in this cloud of smoke.
Interesting. Okay. What have I been able to see? Have I been able to see everything going on since I'm up on top of the tower?
You can't see, unfortunately, because the stairs are one square below the tower, right? So you'd have to go all the way around to square like 20G to be able to look over the edge of the tower.
So I can't see any of the battle that's going on. I just see this red cap guy is basically all
That's-
that I can see.
Right now, until you take a movement, that's all you can see. You can, however, hear a strange woman's music coming through, and it sounds supernatural to you, to the point where you almost get the instinct to block your ears. You hear someone screaming about not being able to see the bard, and someone keeps screaming out in pain, and you hear Gizik like giggling loud.
Okay. I'm going to move to the step on G14.
Okay. All right.
And then from there, I'm going to jump from the step and try to attack Mr. Redcap there. I don't know
Okay.
who he is, but he's just giving off like this enemy vibe. Like he seems like enemy.
Well, and you can reach him, so why not harm him, right?
Yeah.
I can appreciate that. All right, Mr. Redcap, Anduriel, you have combat advantage because he is unaware that you are there. And I will tell you, Anduriel, now that you are around on that edge, you can see at the base of the tower, there are a bunch of dead-looking knights wearing tabards with 3 swords that are kind of crossed, like they fan out like that. Somebody has just cut them to ribbons, and their bodies are all over the base of the tower.
Okay.
So just so you know.
All right, I'm going to jump down and attack him with Taste of Life.
Okay. All right. Taste of Life. What defense does it target?
Fortitude.
His fortitude is only 14, my friend.
All right. Oh, 16.
That's a hit. Will you be using any of your triggered powers?
Blood Drinker.
You are. Oh, I feel bad. Well, I don't know if I feel bad for him. Yeah. Okay.
So that's an extra die 10 to damage. And then... Okay, let me roll damage here.
Okay.
6, 7, 9. That is 16 points of damage.
And you gain a surge.
I gain a surge.
All right. So what does that look like, do you think?
So I'm above him on the step. I leap from the step. I do a turn in midair just because, you know, that's how I do. My shadow comes out, slows my fall. I just kind of come from behind him, go like that with his neck, and just dig right in.
So are you on square 16G then?
Yeah, that's what I was on. Or
right.
now, after I jump down.
After you jump down. All right, I'm not going to make you make a check because it's relatively free down there, and it's only a few squares down from.
I'm trained in it, so I could roll if we need to, but
no, it's only a few squares down, and you're at the bottom of the steps now. So you leap down onto this guy and sink your fangs into his neck, and he starts screaming. He's like, ah! Like batting at his neck, but you have a death grip on him, and he screams out into the smoke. He's biting me! He's biting me! And I didn't even pay for it! So, you guys hear a blood-curdling scream come from out of the smoke. And someone scream, he's biting me. So, who knows what you might draw for conclusions there. All right, Andrea, you still have a minor action. Anything you want to do?
No, I'm good.
Are you going to say anything to him after you bite him, or are you just going to have a good drink?
A little busy drinking right now. I'm probably good.
All right. Kaylin Madeir, you are up.
Okay. First, as an unrelated minor action, did she see Enduril do his jump flip Batman routine off the top of the tower?
Nope. He is in the inside of the tower, and it's blocked by a cloud of smoke. None of you can tell what's going on in there.
Okay, well, I know she wants to go. I have a technical question.
Yes.
So when you count the distance between yourself and an enemy or someone you want to attack, do you count the square that you're on? Or
No.
do you? No, okay. So I'm literally just within range of Trumpet Lady, I believe.
Mrs. Waterford, yes, you are
Yes,
within
who
range.
I lovingly refer to as Trumpet Lady.
Trumpet Lady, yes.
I would like
through
to.
all the trouble to name these people, and we're like, where's old Fezziwig?
Yeah, where's Marzipan? That's totally.
Listen, I need shorthand. There's a lot of crap to remember.
Hey, it's up to the players to determine what resonates with them, right?
I renamed a spell purely so I would remember what it does.
You did. Okay, moving on.
Right. So I would like to do a double augmented mind thrust on Mrs. Waterford.
All right, Mrs. Waterford has a will of 16, which is quite formidable.
Is this just a skill check then?
No, it's an attack with your Scion attack bonus. So you have a +5. You need an 11. Roll, big roll, big money, big money.
Please.
Mama needs a new pair of shoes. Come on now.
15.
You got her.
So dirty 20 total.
Take
all right,
that, Trumpet Lady.
Dirty 20. You got her. Okay. So mind thrust. You have done. It's 2 die 10 points of damage +4.
And of course, did I bring out the die 10s? No. So hold on. And the die 10s are these little doohickeys?
Yes, that's the die 10.
Thank you
And
kindly.
you roll 2 of them, and you add 4.
So I got 10 on one, 80 on the other.
All right, so 18 points of damage plus 4 is 22. Oh, Mrs. Waterford does not like you.
Well, that was kind of the plan.
Somebody just made a friend. Okay.
Of
right.
the worst kind.
Kaylin, you make contact with her mind, and you're immediately overcome by the impression that she is very much in control of herself. Like, you know you're in the mind of a control freak, but she's highly agitated. And so what do you make her see that wounds her? Milkmaids?
I'm
Broken
going.
trumpets
Someone
everywhere.
I was going to say someone breaks her trumpet.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, is that what you want?
What would annoy a bard? Like,
That's so
besides
white
picking
bread.
on her hair.
So white bread. Okay, so Kaylin, her trumpet, in her mind, her trumpet detaches, and somebody just starts beating her with it. And so she goes like this. Oh, 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 and like she's getting clubbed. In her mind, she sees you appear in front of her, and you start clubbing her in the face. You hit her in the boob. I mean, it's just
I'm okay with this.
all alike, and she just takes a pummeling from you. And she's so dizzy at this point, she now has a -2 to all her defenses, guys, until the end of
Yes.
Kaylin's next turn.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
PowerPoint. Totally worth it.
All right. Now it is the knight's turn. Okay.
I have a question. Was
Yeah.
that my full turn then? Because that's only
No,
Minor
you
on my
you still have a move and a minor.
okay. So then, can I move? Let me find my battle map here. Can I move closer to her?
Absolutely.
What is it? 6 in a turn?
Unless you run.
No, I'll walk. She's
Okay.
already annoyed.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How close to the embankment do you want to be? And remember, Epistivus is in your way, that white witch with the
Okay.
bow around
Right.
him, the elf.
I was on 6. Hold on. All right, so I'm going to go to S
Okay.
and then go down 6 spaces.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, you are on S12, 1 square away from Epistivus.
Now, am I provoking an attack or anything by being that close to him?
No, there's still a square between the two of you. Now, Kaylin,
Okay.
you do have your minor action, and you could choose to attack with your far hand, your telekinesis.
I'm going to hold
Okay.
because that's an encounter only.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just going to sit tight for the moment.
Okay. And remember, there are heavier things around should you choose to lift them.
That's right. Thank you for that. Not reminder.
That one's a standard. Okay. Alrighty, that is the mighty Kaylin's turn. Now it is the knight's turn, the member of the Order of the Just Blades. Okay, he is in square 18L, and he takes one look at Gizik, and he's like, ah! Gizik, you are clawing the crap out of the faith of man. He's not quite sure what's going on, and so he's going to go, you remember when he threw his sword? He goes stumbling over to square 15K on the side of the, like, right up, flush up against the embankment. And he picks up his sword. And then Gizik, he is going to look at you and he goes, what are you doing? Why are you attacking them? They tried to save me. And that's his move and his minor action. With his standard, he takes the total defense action. But he is clearly confused. Okay. All right, that is his turn. He has reclaimed his short sword. Now it is the red cap's turn. All right, Anduriel, you do not have a grab aboard him. Anduriel, did you give yourself the temporary hit points for using Taste of Life?
No, sorry, is it +2?
what does it say on your character sheet? I think I
You
wrote
gain
it on
two.
there.
You gain 2 plus charisma modifier temporary HP.
Yeah, what's your charisma modifier?
2.
Okay, so you get 4 temporary hit points every time. If you have a +2 charisma modifier,
Right.
then you have a 4 temporary hit points every time you use Taste of Life. So
Thank you for the reminder.
those come off first if anybody hits you, just so you know. Alrighty. The red cap is horrified, and he turns around, and he sees you, and there you are with, fangs and blood dripping out of your mouth. You're a creature out of nightmares, and he looks at you and he goes, "It's daytime." And he just looks at you like he's just like, you're breaking the rules. This entire scenario, he looks absolutely outraged. He is going to hit you with his clever sap attack. What is your AC, Anduriel?
Is he bloodied?
He is bloodied.
Okay, then it's 15.
Okay, he needs a 7 to hit you. And he rolls a 1.
Right roll.
Anduriel, he reaches around and he grabs a mace off his belt and he brings it up and he goes, "Whoa, whoa, whoa," like, and he manages to grab it and he swings down and you bat it aside. In fact, you might even catch it and be like, what are you doing? Like, anyway, it's really kind of disturbing. And then he shifts back 1 square into the fog. He is now in 17I. And Anduriel, he now has total concealment from you, my friend, inside of that fog. You can attack him, of course, but yeah, he wants no part of you. Zoltar says Redcap is a rules lawyer. Yeah, he is.
Least of all the bitey parts.
Yeah, he is a rules lawyer. He thinks this entire scenario is unfair. He had the advantage of numbers. And where did they get a vampire from? Anyway, it's not fair. Okay, moving on. Back up to the top. Gizik, my friend, you are up.
For a little bit. Let's see.
You've been hurted, it did.
So I take my 5 damage.
All right, you are still drowning as this water goes to the orifices of your body.
Okay, bloodied. Although I'm not
Oh,
sure
no.
how drowning really makes me bloodied, but
We'll run with it.
we'll assume
Technically,
something's hemorrhaging. Okay,
Stand y'all.
moving
Yeah.
on. All right, Gizik.
I'm going to attack with Hag's Hunger. Just the
Okay.
guy, I forget what we called him again.
Salak.
Salak, yes, I'm attacking Salak with Hag's Hunger. So that's the double attack.
All right. Salak's AC is 19.
Well, my lower roll of the 2 was a 14, so with all my bonuses added in, that's gonna hit.
Okay. So did you hit both times?
Yeah, it's like a 26
Okay.
and a 29. So
All right, and I believe with Hag's Hunger, if you hit with both claws, you get to add your strength, right?
or charisma, yeah.
Or charisma. Yeah.
Strength is higher though, so that's
Poor Salak. I don't think he's long for this world.
Aw, not.
Seems like he's earned it.
Well,
But I just got here, so.
I don't know. He really hasn't done much. I mean, he made the mistake of getting dragged down the side of an embankment, and
He got in the way of the main characters. That's pretty much all you need.
31.
all right,
Ooh.
you drop him.
Him dead.
That's a lot for 1 attack. Well, 2 attacks, but
It's
That's
not
amazing.
bad. I'm a cut bad. All right, how do you finish him off? He's doing this. He's like, no, 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 no. And then he stops for a second and he looks over at Lachlan like, I cannot believe the depths to which you have subjected like my pride. And then Gizik, he sees you coming and he fumbles and starts reaching for a spear on his back. And that's when you come, Gizik, and do what?
all right, with the left I just give him a good gut punch and then I reach out for his neck and I squeeze kind of too hard and he collapses dead.
Okay, so you
I
grab
thought you were
his
gonna make his
neck.
head pop.
And he goes,
Not quite.
You squeeze too hard and you hear the sound of cracking bone, like that. And then his neck goes at a strange angle and you drop him. onto the floor in front of you.
I don't save though, so
'Kay.
I'm still drowning.
You drop him, and Mrs. Waterford sees it, and she lets out an extremely unladylike word. I won't say what word that is.
You're too much of a gentleman.
But yeah, she does let that word out, and it's an expletive, and it may have 4 letters. And that's
The vowels are.
yeah, and the vowels. Okay, very good. Okay, Gizik, very nice turn. Now, Lachlan, it's the Faith of Man's turn. All right, she's pretty disturbed, but she's not quite ready to give up. Lachlan, you are at a -2 to will because you have been bewitched, and she is going to try to take advantage of that. The first thing she does is she is going to... Oh, dear. Well, Salak is kind of a lost cause at that point.
I assume Zalak was dead and took him off the map.
Yeah, well, Zalak is actually... he's still in that square. It becomes difficult terrain now.
Oh, okay.
There's a body in that square, which is 13N. There is a body in the middle of the road right there, and it does make it difficult terrain.
Not convenient for travel at all.
Not so much, no. All right, Lachlan, she is going to sing her haunting melody at you.
Oh, again with this chick.
Okay. What is your will, Lachlan? -2.
Right now, with a -2 penalty, it is only a 13.
Okay. She needs a 7, and she gets it.
What'd she get?
No.
13 plus a 19.
Oh, darn.
Okay, not that it matters, but quick question.
Yes.
Does my penalty to her affect any of her rolls against my other teammates?
No, but her defenses are all lowered because she's still kind of seeing you bashing her in the head with her own trumpet.
Right on.
With her own trumpet.
All right.
It's so funny. I can't stop giggling over it.
All right, Lachlan, you take 13 points of psychic damage. And she is actually going to move to square 15T. So she backs up behind Epistivus, and she sings this song, Lachlan, and she pulls you into square 14R up the embankment.
So where is she?
She is in square 15T. So she casts this haunting melody spell, and she starts singing, and you can't help it.
Do I dance?
No, you just kind of like, you know, in Finding Nemo when there's that fish with a light thing over its head, and we're like, hey, little
I'll
guy.
call you Squishy, and you'll be my best friend.
Yeah, I want to be your best friend.
Yes.
So
Good
she's
feelings
like,
gone.
"Woo, woo," you know, she's singing this thing, and every time she's like, woo, 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 and you like take another step. So you're coming up the embankment like that, and Gizik Lachlan just looks like an idiot like walking up there. All right, she is actually going to be in 15L. Lachlan, with her minor action, she coats a little razor that she pulls out of her bra, and she coats it with poison. Actually, what she does is she pops a ring open and she drips it all over this. And as you are pulled forward, she makes a razor attack against you. What is your AC?
17.
All right. She got a 20 total. Anything you can do about that?
Nope.
Okay. You get hit, and it is gonna hurt. You take 11 points of slashing damage. And here comes a poison attack. What's your fortitude?
14.
She needs a 10. And she only got a 9. She missed. However, nope, you are granting combat advantage. She got you. Anything you can do about that? She hit you by 3.
Why am I granting combat advantage?
Because it's part of the haunting melody power.
Oh.
Anything you can do about it?
Afraid not.
All right, then you also take... Oh, ouch. 16 points of poison damage and ongoing poison damage 5. So how much total did you take, my friend?
Well, I'm at -3.
Oh,
Okay.
crap.
So Kaylin, she sings Kaylin, you just moved up close. So she sings Lachlan up the hill, and she drops this poison on a razor. And as she comes forward, he's like, she looks at him and keeps singing, and she cuts his throat. And Lachlan drops into a heap right next to Epistivus.
Oh, crap.
What? That's not good.
No.
I even say that it's bad. So
It is the exact opposite of the good.
yeah, it's not good. Now, on the plus side, Lachlan, don't take heart, because remember, freaking everybody in this party can heal except Gizik. And even he can heal. He can brew healing potions. So, yeah. Oh, well, never mind. Gizik can take care of himself. That's great. Way to go, Gizik. You can take care of you. Okay. All right, Anduriel, you hear that voice singing again, and it is your turn.
It's my turn? I thought I was after Lachlan.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was
the lady attacking Lachlan.
Yeah, now it is Epistivus' turn. Kaylin, you are you're getting too close to comfort. Epistivus is going to try to bewitch you, Kaylin. What's your will?
Oh, crap. Hold on.
Your will is crap. You're a scion. It shouldn't.
No,
shouldn't
that is
be
not
crap.
my final answer. My
Your will shouldn't be crap. You're a scion. That's not. Lachlan bleeds a little in front of you.
I missed what you said in the beginning. Can you say that over, Matt?
What is your will defense, my dear?
17.
All right. He is trying to bewitch you.
Right.
And so, all right.
Please don't succeed. Please don't succeed.
All right. He has a +5. He needs a 12. He missed, Kaylin, so he does not bewitch you. Bewitch is minor effects. All right. What does he want to do to you? You're just so annoying.
I'm always annoying. That's like my role in this party, is to be the annoying one.
All right. I think he's afraid of what happens if you hit. So he is going to cast a light binding spell at you. What's your will is 17. He needs a 12. And he rolled a 1. Okay. So
Bless Bahara.
Kaylin, this guy, he looks at you and he raises his hand like this, and he points at you and like makes some kind of sigil in the air, and you feel a presence kind of like start to overtake you, and you growl at him, and you just break it. And then he looks at you and he holds up his hand and he gathers sunlight. It starts gathering in his hand and he hucks it at you, and you look at it and you actually hold up your hand and the sunlight stops in front of you, and you're like, no. And you psionically cast it. Like, you don't come at the goddess of sunlight with a ball of sun. Anyway, moving on. So, and he looks at you and he looks back and he goes, Mrs. Waterford, she's still coming. Like, a little disturbed. He still looks calm, but
less so, slightly.
Less so. He does unsling his bow, however, from his back, looking a little nervous. And that is the Faith of Man's turn. Lachlan, it is now your turn. You take 5 points of poison damage.
Lachlan, you're officially like beyond bloodied, yeah?
So I can still save against the poison, though.
Absolutely.
Okay, I made my save against the poison. I need to make a death save too, right?
Okay. Yep, you need to make a death save, which is, I believe you need
I got a 4. I got a 4.
Oh, no.
All right. JT, what is death? JT's campaign doesn't go this
I don't know this word.
Okay, when you get dropped below 0 in 4th edition, you begin making death saves. If you fail 3 of them, you die. So, getting healing to the bard has just become vitally important.
Where is the bard?
It's coming. I'm right there.
The bard is in square 5th. He is in 14R on the floor.
I'm literally like 2 squares in front of you.
Yes, you are, Kaylin.
I'm coming.
All right, that is the Faith of Man's turn, and now it is Lachlan. It's Anduriel. It's your turn, my friend.
Hey. Well, I
went into the smoke.
I assume right in front of me, in front of these open doors, is a cloud of smoke that I can't see past.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to go through the cloud of smoke. I got to get out of this tower. Sounds like some cool stuff's going on. I want to get out there.
Okay, in square 17H, you run right into the red cap.
Sweet. I should probably attack him.
What would you like to do to him?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe poke him with my sword.
You're gonna whack him with your kukri?
I'm gonna hit him with the kukri weapon of divine protection.
Okay, his AC.
It's versus armor class.
Yeah, his armor class is 17, my friend.
Okay. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, 17. I got a 10, and then my bonus 7. 17.
That'll do, pig. I would impose the -5 for the fact that you can't see him, but you are now adjacent to him, and you just ran right into him, so I'm not imposing that penalty.
Stick him in. Okay. Let's see here. So I have an additional 1d6.
Very true.
14. 19. 19 damage.
All right. You take your kukri, and you bump into him, and you grab him. And where do you grab him from? Because you pretty much know where he is.
Just his head, wherever his head is.
Okay, you grab Clutch's head, and he screams out, Mrs. Waterford! And then what do you do?
Well, I need to silence this fool, so, I mean...
All right. So he goes, Mrs. Waterford! Like that. And then from inside the cloud, Gizik and Kalen, you hear, he's biting me! And that's all you hear.
Okay.
All right. You still have a minor action in Duriel.
I don't know if he's dead or not, but I'm going to keep moving.
Okay.
Can I use a minor action to do any sort of movement?
Unfortunately, your move stopped when you ran into him.
Okay.
You can say something if you want. You could yell to someone.
Nah. Do I have action points? I have 2 action points.
You have 1 action point that you can use, yes.
Can I use those to move?
Yeah, you can use one of them to move.
I don't know. It seems like a weird thing to do, but...
It depends on what you're trying to accomplish tactically. It might be worth it, because on your next turn, you could be within range of attacking who you want to. So if you want to do it, try it. If you want to make sure you have it to attack, then it's up to you.
No, I'm just gonna... I guess I end up in what? Square 17I?
Okay. So in the thick of the mist.
Yeah. That's it. I'm kind of comfortable in that sort of stuff anyway, so I'm good.
All right. And you cut the red cap's throat and step on him and move on your merry way. Okay. All righty. Papa Smurf does not prevail after all. Moving on. Okay. All right, that is Anduriel. Kaylin, my dear, it's your turn. There's a dead board and other things.
I have a plan.
Okay.
All right,
Kaylin.
first, as my standard, I would like to do Shining Symbol.
Okay. That will only hit Epistivus where you are. If you want to hit Mrs. Waterford, you're going to have to move up 1 square.
Okay, so does moving then get rid of my minor action?
Not necessarily. What are you doing on your minor action? It's just a
I
move.
want
It's
to
your move.
heal, or at least try to heal
Yeah.
Locky.
Healing word is a close burst 5. You can heal him from right where you are, then move,
That's
and
true.
then attack. So,
Okay, so I'll do Healing Word first.
all right. What do you say, or what does it look like?
Hope this helps. We're almost done.
All right. So you grab your holy symbol,
I don't know.
and what does it look like when you heal him?
She probably just does like hands in his direction
Okay.
and is like muttering prayers to Vahara, like, please help ally person, not quite friend.
Okay. Please help this person who is minorly raised in my affection somewhat. Okay.
Yeah, you know.
Okay. So
Who I'm
you say
acquainted
that.
with.
You say that, and golden sunlight kind of spills out of your hands. Lachlan, you get a surge plus 1d6. Jess, you want to roll the 1d6 so that he can add that to his surge?
I certainly can. She's definitely not evil, if anyone has noticed.
No.
Ooh, 6.
Beautiful. So Lachlan, you get a surge plus 6. What are you up to?
7.
All right.
Lachlan,
Lachlan,
the negatives.
you wake up to this beautiful golden sunlight and a callous, cold-hearted looking elf standing over you with a bow that he's pulling off his shoulder. Kaylin, you still have a move and a minor. Do you want to use Shining Symbol?
Yes, but
Right.
I also want to get closer first.
Move in a standard, you mean, right?
Yeah, she has a move and a standard, yeah. So, Kaylin, what square do you want to move into?
I'm going to go into the trouble spot, I think, and go to T14, right between the two.
Okay, that's not a problem. All right, so Kaylin, you come around kind of in an arc so that you don't suffer an attack of opportunity from Epistivus. And then Shining Symbol targets what?
It targets 1d8 plus 4 radiant damage, and the target takes a -2 penalty to attack rolls until my next turn.
All right, so it targets.
To the end of my next
Did you
turn.
say Fortitude? I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Detect. It does will.
Okay, it targets Will. Okay,
Sorry about that.
there we go. So we're moving.
Plus 4 versus will.
Mrs. Waterford's Will is 16. No, it's not. It's 14 because you lowered all her defenses. Yeah, it's 14. And then Epistivus's Will is 14 also. So you need the same thing to hit. You need a 10.
Okay.
No, this is, you need a 10.
Okay. 9 for the first one.
Okay.
That one misses.
All right, so you missed Epistivus. Now Mrs. Waterford.
12 for Mrs.
Hit.
Waterford.
All right, you got her. All right, roll your 1d8.
Okay. What is the 8? Because again, I don't have that dice out today.
It's the diamond-shaped one.
Normally, I have all the dice out. But did I do that today? No.
Okay. Yeah, this is the 1d8 right here. It's the one that looks like a pyramid
Got
or
it.
a diamond. Okay.
Thank you.
No problem. We are here to serve.
Okay. 5.
5 plus.
Yes.
What does that say? 5 plus your damage bonus plus 4.
It's
So
4.
9 points. And what else does it do?
It does. The target takes a -2 penalty to attack rolls until the end of my next turn.
Okay. So Vahara's symbol is a golden gauntlet, or it's that disc that is half silver and
split
half
disc.
gold. So in theory, what happens is your holy symbol glows. But what does it look like in your mind, this giant holy symbol?
I kind of just imagine like she's cupping it,
Mm-hmm.
and it just gets warm and just starts to glow in her hands, and it's a very reassuring thing for her.
Okay.
Not so
So-
much for the other people, but for her.
So it flares with light, and then
Yeah.
they both start screaming. Epistivus raises his hands and blocks it, but Mrs. Waterford looks up and it just scalds her. She's like, oh, oh! And then she thinks that she's been hit by a trumpet again, and it's just
Yes.
all kinds of bad. And she goes, you little wretch, look at your hair, and something like that.
She just doesn't want to
Whoa,
be.
that's rude.
Okay.
She's like, yeah, it looks great, doesn't it? Thanks. She has no idea.
Yeah. Thank you. That's not all right. That is Mrs.
Oh, she
Waterford.
complimented me. Strange, but nice.
All right. Now it is the knight's turn. He went total defense, but now he's not quite sure what's going on. Gizik, he is going to charge attack you because
Okay.
he thinks that you might be trying to kill him. He thinks the faith of man was trying to help him, and he's just panicked. He's going to use his power. It's called moronic charge because he's not a very skilled knight.
Not
Gizik,
very
what is your
intelligent
AC?
either. My AC is 16.
Okay.
It really didn't sound like the Faith of Man was trying to save him, though. The conversation sounded more like they were colluding with the Red Hats.
It does. It
He's
did
just an
to
idiot.
extent. Well, I wasn't going to say it, but
I'll
if you
say it.
infer that he's a moron, I'm hardly going to argue with you. Okay, Gizik, he rolled a 1. Okay. So Gizik, he picks up his short sword and he charges into square 15L at you. He charges into the road and he goes, everybody stop killing each other. Ah! And he charges, and when he swings his sword back like this, he clunks himself with the cross hilt of his sword. He goes, thunk, and he goes, oh, oh. and that's pretty much what he does.
Please tell me Kaylin can see this and is just giggling up on the embankment.
Kaylin, you have a handful of 2 members of the faith of man. You're a little.
She just needs to feel better about herself and go, at least I'm not the worst one on the battlefield today. That's all I need.
You're a little concerned. Okay, Gizik, my friend, it is your turn. An idiot just attacked himself in front of you.
Yeah, that's pretty much my reaction.
Gizik gives him a pep talk. It's okay, buddy. Everyone hits themselves sometimes.
No, I step away from him and I charge up the embankment.
Okay, he does not take an attack of opportunity. If you were
no, I shift away from him and then charge.
Okay, who are you charging?
Epistovus, right? 13 R is where I want to end up.
Okay, you need to make that is doable, Gizik, but you need to make an athletics check to get up the hill to do that. You only need a 13.
Matt, if possible, you might want to tug your mic closer.
Okay.
Oh, never mind. It fixed itself. You're fine now.
14.
There we go. Okay. 14 is more than sufficient. Okay. Very good. Gizik, you have charged up the hill into that square. Epistovus stands before you.
I'm going to make this a brutal charge.
Oh, dear. Is that your daily?
No, it's a racial.
Oh. It's racial. It's a racial attack. He made this. What do you say? He's an elf. Are you going to go after him? You darn elves! All you people coming up in caravan. I mean, what? I mean.
Oh, Lord.
I didn't say it's a racist attack. I said it's a racial attack.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Okay, so you're just gonna mock his ears or something?
Yeah.
Hashtag not all ogres.
Yeah, not all.
Oh, I hope all ogres.
So you don't call him a knife here. You just attack him. Okay.
Let's see. So what is this? 16 versus AC, I think.
His AC is 16. You just got him. Yep.
All right.
Nice.
Okay, so I think that'll be 10 damage, and he's prone.
Okay. So you go loping up the hill, and Gizik, he tries to knock an arrow in his bow, and you bat the arrow out of the side, and then how do you knock him down?
I just charge up and kind of throw my shoulder into him as I'm running.
So you throw your shoulder into him, and then do you claw him on the way down or something?
I'll club him.
Okay, you club him. Okay.
Fist.
So,
club him with a big stone fist.
All right, so you clock him with
He
the
was
stone
literally
fist,
going to swing a club at him.
and he makes a very like elven sounding, oh, but it's it's like a gut shot. It's I don't know. I guess elves go,
Oh my!
Pretty boy.
Yeah.
And I cough up the rest of the water. I'm not drowning anymore.
Oh, lovely.
Oh,
Very,
good.
very nice. Okay, did you take your 5 hit points off again?
Unfortunately, yes.
You honest little thing, you. That's beautiful. All right.
As someone that
Gizik.
was recently, having fire on them, I feel your pain.
All right. This is getting very uncomfortable for both Epistovus and for Lady Waterford. He is going to cast Glorious Presence and try to knock you both away from him. Gizik, what is your will?
17.
And he got you
No.
with a 19. It gets worse. Gizik, you take 5 points of radiant damage.
Hey, wait. I'm going to use Bastion of Mental Clarity.
Uh-huh.
So it's my racial ability.
Okay.
Yeah, so it gives me and Gizik a +4 to will until the end of my next turn. So
Okay.
no, sir.
All right.
You're saying this does not hit me.
All right. So Gizik, he lifts up his white robes and he pulls a Gandalf on Saruman, and just this big old burst of white light comes out at you, and it's physical. Lachlan, who is on the ground, Lachlan looks up, and how do you block it, Lachlan? What does it look like?
It's all mental, so it's his own will. So he just throws his mind into the minds of allies, and is just like, shut it out.
All right, so Gizik, you lift your hands up, and for some reason, you're like, no, 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 and the light goes, okay. And it just kind of, it stops right in front of you, and it doesn't hit you. That is the Gizik. Unfortunately, Lachlan and Kaylin, it comes for you too. Lachlan, what is your will?
Also, when you said he lifted his robes.
With the +4, it's a 19.
19. Okay, unfortunately, Lachlan, that is a 20. You are struck. No, I already rolled. All right, Lachlan, you take 5 points of radiant damage, and you are knocked down the hill, and you take 1 more point of damage from being knocked down the hill. You are now in square 14P at the bottom of the hill.
Talk about insult to injury.
So this light goes up, and you go, Gizik, no! Ow! And then you go tumbling down the hill. It hits Kaylin. It protects Kaylin, too, doesn't it?
Yeah, allies in the burst, so.
Mm-hmm. All right, Kaylin, my darling, here we go. What's your will?
17.
So it's really 21. He needs a 16, which he does not get with a 5. Kaylin, the same thing happens. You lift up your sword, and for some reason, the sword is like blocking off the light. And you're like, it's not even coming close to me. And you wonder if maybe it was Vahara. You don't know. She does have power over sunlight.
I'm having a relatively good day.
Yeah, you are untouchable, kind of. You haven't even been hit yet, have you, Kaylin? Okay.
She says to immediately regret that statement.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, that's Epistivus' standard action. He used his minor action, I think, to try to bewitch, didn't he? Or was that last round?
That was last round.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, then I tell you what he's going to do. He does not want any part of you. He's prone. Epistivus is prone. He's going to get up from a prone position.
Okay.
With his minor action, he'd like to bewitch you, but that would provoke an attack of opportunity, and he wants no part of that.
Okay.
What he is going to do, though, he is going to cast Healing Word on Mrs. Waterford.
Crap.
So,
can you remind me where Gizzy is and Enduriel are?
Yes. Enduriel is on square 17I. He's in the middle of that fog cloud in the doorway of the tower.
Got it.
And you wanted Lachlan also?
No, I know where Lachlan is because he just fell down the embankment.
Gizik is on square 13R. He just got to the top of the embankment.
Okay, thank you. What about Night Dude?
Night Dude?
You know, the one who threw his sword.
Oh.
That's all like, stop fighting everyone.
The incompetent moron, yes.
He's on square 15L, really grateful that Gizik ran away from him.
Okay. So he virtually hasn't moved much. Got it.
No. Well, he's moved a lot, but not much has come of it.
Yes.
So, yeah, unfortunately. Okay. So he is gonna he's actually not gonna use Healing Word. He's a white witch, and he has the Healing Charm spell. So he looks back at Mrs. Waterford, and he casts a spell, and he waves his hand, and he goes like this. He goes, "You're not injured. Shake off the wounds." And she looks down at her wounds, and she believes so strongly that they've been healed that she spends a surge and will resist some damage on the next attack that hits her. So yes, unfortunately, Mrs. Waterford has now received some healing.
That's not what I wanted.
All right, and that is the turn of the Faith of Man. Okay, Lachlan, my friend, from the bottom of the hill, it is your turn.
Okay, well, I'm going to start with using Majestic Word on myself.
Okay. What do you tell yourself? Because I'm worth it.
I'm pretty.
Yeah. I feel pretty.
It's thanks, Sindel. I'm still alive.
Okay. Okay.
I'm too young to die.
I'm too beautiful to die. Maybe it's Maybelline.
What's that line from Firefly? We're too pretty to die.
Yeah.
When I use Majestic Word, I can slide the target. So I'm going to slide myself to 15-0.
Okay. I wonder what that looks like. Like,
It's a scrambling backwards.
I'm imagining him doing the can
The
now.
little crab walk.
Okay. You're
And
only
then-
sliding one square
2.
to 15. Oh, okay. I see. All right.
And then with my move action, I am going to use.
Get up.
I want more healing, but yes, I will stand up.
I use the not on my butt action.
Okay, and then, so Pissy,
That dude.
he's on
Epistus.
S14, right?
Yes, he is.
Okay, I'm going to use Staggering Note on him, which will allow Gizik to make a melee basic attack against him.
Oh, how kind of you.
So let me see if I hit him first.
All
What's
right,
his
what
will?
is- his will is 14.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was a 23. So he takes 5 thunder damage from me.
Okay.
He is going to be pushed back 3, but before the push, Gizik can make a melee basic attack for free.
Oh boy, he's getting a lot of those lately.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's Stony Fist Man.
He is.
14. Oh wait, no, he's prone too, isn't he? Still.
Did he get knocked prone?
No.
Epistus-
When I
Epistus-
charged him,
he
that
stood
knocked
up.
him prone.
He
Did he
stood
stand
up
up
at
after
the
that?
end.
Okay, then.
He got up on his turn.
I missed that then. That will be 14 versus AC.
Okay.
And he was 16,
That-
wasn't he?
That will not hit, unfortunately. So swing and a miss.
Oh, man.
Wait. What does he need to hit?
Another 2, I think.
Yeah,
If
you
I
just did
recall
2.
from last
Okay.
time.
Then I'll use Adept's Insight, and he gets +5.
Ah,
All right.
whack.
Man, I'm blowing the wad today.
Yeah. Well,
14 more damage.
okay. Take that, Epistus.
I just blew all my PowerPoints, so there's that.
Well, she had it coming, and so
Not that
problem-
it totally wasn't worth it. 'Cause it
okay, this
was.
is something that you should all probably take note of. The problem with the faith of man is that they all have the power to heal, which sounds a lot like your party, at least this party, and it's really quite irritating. Now you know how you make everyone else feel. But,
Caitlin's like, this is not nearly as fun when
Yeah.
I'm on the other side of it.
bad karma. Okay, moving on. So, okay, that is Lachlan's turn, and Epistus looks wounded, and it's looking ugly. And Duriel, my friend, it is your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna move to let's see, 1, 2, 3, 14. 14Q. Yeah, I can do that. Okay.
So
Hi,
you're
everybody.
running out of
Okay,
email.
you're gonna have to take the run action to do that, Anduriel.
Okay.
You realize when you take the run action that you get a -5 to attacks after you do it.
Okay,
But
that's
you,
cool.
you only all right. So Anduriel, you are in 14Q. You still have a standard and a minor.
Okay, for my minor action, I'm gonna do Healing Word. That's a close burst 5.
Okay, who do you want to hit with that?
It should. Lachlan,
Okay.
because he's within there. It should be able to get all of the team.
Nope. Healing
Where's
word is
Lachlan?
one person. The fact that it's a close burst 5
Oh, I see what you're saying.
means that it doesn't provoke attacks of opportunity.
Okay, still Lachlan, because when I ran past him, he looked pretty peaked. So
Well, he was bleeding on the floor, and nobody recognizes a loss of blood faster than you, I imagine.
yeah. Oh, he's empty. I don't even
You're
want
like,
to stop
ooh,
for a
dinner.
snack.
Wait, nope.
All right.
So you get a surge plus 6 because I rolled a 6 on the 1d6.
Beautiful.
Oh, I'm feeling great now.
What does it look like, Anduriel, when you cast healing word? What do you say?
Brother of Shadows, heal this man, and sort
Okay.
of a little bit of a, I don't know, it's not like a full on shadow, but you see sort of this I don't know, like a sheen of a darkness kind of roll over just from a minute there.
Okay. You don't say something like, Brother of Shadows, heal this incompetent fool who wasn't smart enough to prevent these injuries, or nothing like that. Just
No, it's assumed.
all right. It's okay. All
You
right.
just have to
Well-
do like a lot of running to get here. He's like out of sass.
Okay. He's out of sass.
Heal
for a
the
moment.
person. Okay, now he's good.
All right. Anduriel, Lachlan, it's pretty creepy when he runs past you and then he just kind of like drops this veil of shadow and it crawls up you and you're like, but then it seems to feel cool, like you were in the shade out of the sun or something. So, all right, Anduriel, you still have a standard action, my friend.
Yep, I'm going to drop a daily. I'm going to do Swarm of Shadows on Festivus and Lady Waterford.
Okay,
Festivus.
Mrs. Waterford and Festivus. Okay. All right, that is going to hurt.
It's
What
against
is it?
Fortitude.
Okay, her fortitude is, his fortitude is 14, and hers is also 14, so you need the same roll to hit.
Okay.
This is a vampire attack.
Yes, it's a vampire attack.
Okay.
23.
Hit
Well, I guess it would be 17 because I take the -5.
from running, yeah. That's
Yeah.
still a hit.
And then that one is 16.
-5 is 11, or...
Well, no, I didn't add
Okay.
I didn't add my bonus.
Okay. All right, so what is your total roll then? Did you get the 14 on the second roll?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
All right.
got 15, yeah.
All right. Hit then. And then bada bing. What does it do?
It is I roll 3d6 damage. I teleport into the square inside the blast, and I'm invisible till the end.
Okay. Roll damage. You hit both of them.
12, 20. 20.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do Blood Drinker and add one more 1d10 worth of damage.
All right.
I can do that, right? Because it's a
Yeah.
vampire attack? Okay.
Yep.
7. 7 more.
Okay. So 27 points of damage to both of them. All right. And what does it look like when you cast or when you use this power, Anduriel?
Okay. So as I'm running, I kind of stop, wrap in my cloak, disappear, and then their squares that they're in, they just become overpowered in shadow, and you start to hear just screams from them as I'm darting in and out, just biting and biting and biting and biting and tearing and ripping and shredding, and they can't see where it's coming from. All they see is the shadow that's surrounded them.
Okay. All right. Mrs. Waterford screams. Epistivus screams. There's shrieking going on all over the place. And it's just an absolute cacophony. And the knight on the floor down in front of the tower, down the embankment, he pees himself. Not that any of you see. So
Just for added
Anduriel,
flavor.
yeah. So those of you guys didn't see him. Anduriel comes charging out of the smoke and lays the smackdown on the faith of man. And that is what happens. Okay.
So where did he end up? Is he in R15?
He ended up in 14Q.
Right.
At the base, of the
The
embankment.
base. Okay.
Yeah.
And is that
remember, it's not a hill or it's not a wall that you climb. It's an embankment, so he can see.
yeah.
So it's angled.
Okay.
All right, and it's a big blast too, so it more than is capable of getting where they are. All right, that was Anduriel's turn, and Kaylin, Madeir, it's your turn.
Okay, so Kaylin's seen all this, right? All the
Oh,
zippity-doo-dah with Anduriel.
Yeah. Oh, there's
She's
zippity.
just like, oh, Anduriel's back. Good, you could make it.
Okay. Anduriel, did you darken the squares around Kaylin also? What does it say for darkness?
It doesn't say anything about darkness. The shadow is just a
Okay. Gotcha.
delivery mechanism.
And you are invisible, so you actually can't see. Anduriel, you teleported too, didn't you?
Yeah, I teleported from that square into where they were at. So that's what was my question, where I end up. at the
Anywhere
end.
within 5 squares, my friend. It's a blast 5, so you can be anywhere within 5
I'm
squares.
going to end up on 14U, right behind
Oh, jeez.
Festivus.
Okay.
It's right behind Kaylin, right?
That's right behind Kaylin.
Yeah.
not
Wherever, V then, right?
Do you want to be on, if you're in 15T?
I'm on T, so
and-
he could be on you.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
I want to be behind Festivus.
All right. So then you are in 13S, Anduriel.
13S, got it. Okay.
All right. You are right behind Festivus. So, poor Epistivus.
Okay,
Is this
question.
Fancy?
Then where the
Nobody
hell is
takes
he?
my fancy
Where
elven
the hell
name
is he?
seriously. Okay. And then Kaylin.
Where's
question?
Gizik then? Because that's where I had Gizik.
Gizik is in 13R.
Yeah, he moved 13R.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was like,
So
I'm
right next
confused.
to there.
We're overlapping.
Gizik's next to Anduriel, but he doesn't know that yet.
Yeah, we're all
Doesn't-
kind of just
Okay.
clustered up on the east side
We're kind
of
of
the road.
making like an M or a W. Got it.
If Epistivus gets out of this, it'll be a miracle.
Okay,
We'll see.
so retraction.
Okay.
She can't see Enduriel, but she can see what he's causing, correct?
Oh yeah, Anduriel's invisible, but you saw him teleporting in. You heard the shrieking and the screaming. There's blood and bite marks all over. I mean, it's freaking Halloween Count Chocula nightmare all over there. Like,
And the team seen
She
me
just
do this
casually shout out, "Guys, Enduriel's back!"
okay. And what'd you say, JT?
before. I said the team's seen me do this before too. So.
Oh yes. Yeah.
And she doesn't vomit this time, which she takes as a point of pride.
Okay.
Worst taken steps.
All right. Baby steps. Okay.
All right, so I know this might not be the most advantageous thing, but Kaylin really, really wants to hit something right now.
Okay.
So she would very much like to do a basic melee attack with her greatsword
Okay.
on Lady Waterford.
Okay. Oh, you're just gonna whack her, huh? All
Yeah,
right.
she's just apparently in the mood for a beatdown today.
Her AC is 17, and are you gonna step up on her hoop skirt to get leverage, or are you gonna just stab her?
Just step up on the hoop shirt. It sounds like
Okay.
fun.
Your teleporting strike gives you the +9. A melee basic is only +6 for you.
True. Wait a minute. Hold on.
You don't have to teleport anywhere you don't want to.
So can I do that one and just not do the teleporty bit?
Yeah, you can do that and not
Oh,
shift.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. You don't
I'll do
have
that
to
one.
use.
I didn't know that.
All right, so you have a +9, and her AC is 16. You, my dear, only need a 7.
Okay, one moment, please. I got a 5.
That's a
That's not a
5.
7.
It's only a 14. And anything anybody can do about that?
I don't think I have any boosters. All right, well, can I just like brace for incoming?
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't see anything on your character sheet.
Yeah, I don't have anything that'll.
All right. Now, I'll tell you what you can do, Kaylin. You could use Battle Mind's Demand as a minor action and mark Epistivus so that he has to engage you. Or
Why would I want them? Because she's gonna come back at me. Yeah.
well, yes. I mean, but if you do that, then if she attacks someone else, you get a free melee basic attack against her.
Okay. Oh, that's true. All
So it's
right,
up to
I'll
you.
do that one.
You don't have to draw her attention if you.
Well,
don't want
I guess
to.
my question is because I used a minor to start with.
Mhm.
Can you swap out a minor for a standard? How does that all work?
You can swap out a minor for a move move action for a minor. So you haven't moved, Kaylin. So you
Right.
can use your move action to use a minor.
Okay. So can I do that? Can I try the teleporting sword bash again?
If you use your action point, you can, but you can't.
Which I have none of.
Yeah. Well, you have an action
Okay.
point. Everybody starts the battle with an action point. So
Do I?
yeah, you have an action point. If you want, you can swing again.
Oh no, it was my PowerPoint that I used. Sorry.
Yeah, your power points are gone. You have one action
Yes.
point. You want to hit
Okay.
her?
Yeah.
All right,
try
roll.
again.
Roll the 1d20 again and add 9, sister.
Darn it! I got a 3.
All right. So Kaylin comes up with her greatsword,
My good run has thus ended.
and she lifts it back. And Duriel, she just about skewers you with the sword going over her head.
Poor Enduriel. It's always Enduriel.
All right. So she goes back like this. She goes, whoo! Gizik, she almost lops off your head as the sword goes by. You hear both of them make noise. Kaylin's like, watch it! And then you're so flustered that you just kind of axe overhead, and she bats it aside with her trumpet and like, what are you doing, fool girl? And insults you a little bit.
Yeah,
All
totally
right.
blew that one.
It is the knight's turn. He pees on himself a little bit and looks very
A little
confused.
more, the puddle grows bigger.
Gizik, my friend, it is your turn.
Okay.
Your turn to act, Gizik.
I'm going to try to bewitch the lady.
Okay. You're going to try to bewitch her?
Yes.
That will provoke an attack of opportunity from Epistivus. Which, if you're all right with, then...
It's okay. You got to do what you got to do to get rid of Lady Waffle Fries.
Yes. I love that so much.
They're
I took-
delicious, but
I
she's
took
not.
the
are
staff
great.
expertise feat at level 2, so no, it won't.
Fabulous. Okay, go ahead and roll your bewitch attack. You're trying to get
Pretty
Mrs.
sure
Waterford.
that will miss. Let's see.
Her will is 14.
Well, on the dice, I rolled a 3.
Excuse me. Her will is 16. So you
Yeah.
missed. Yeah. Sorry. There's
Yeah.
no bewitching going on right now. Sorry about that.
I think that's an 11.
Okay. That is a miss, my friend. Okay, you still have a standard and a move.
I am going to attack Epistophus again with Hag's Hunger.
Okay.
I'm
I'm sure he's just gonna love that.
Okay, so that's a 22 and an 18.
Hit and hit. His AC is only 16. All right, Gizik, would you like to roll damage?
Yes, I would very much like to. I'm just counting up my bonuses for this.
Does everybody else want waffle fries too? I mean, now I'm like,
I was just gonna say, and a chocolate milkshake, please.
yeah.
That was my bad for calling out Lady Waffle Fries. Sorry.
I'm
guys.
sorry. Waffle fries are like my jam.
Yeah. So, well,
So I
most
think
of us,
that's 31.
31 damage?
Let's see. Yeah, let's 8. Well, okay, so each attack should have a +9 with +5 from my normal modifier, another +4 from Fist of Stone.
Remember,
so that's
with
18 +3 for strength, that's 21, plus I rolled 10, so that's 31 damage.
okay. Oh, you rolled die 10. Oh, jeez. Okay.
No, I rolled 2d8, but
Okay, I got you.
I rolled 5s on them, so.
It all
Okay.
adds up. Get out the old
It's-
abacus.
Yeah, it's all 31.
All right. You claw into her, and her dress, her hoop skirt, is a bloody mess. She's got, just claw marks all over her and bite marks. And you come up and you claw down her arm, and she starts batting at you with the horn. And she's like, "Beasts! You're nothing but beasts, all of you!" And she has a case.
Caitlin's just like, accurate.
Yeah, she has a case. She makes a case for it. Okay. That would be the Gizik's turn. Now it is her turn. She wants nothing more to do with any of you.
I
Mrs.
just got
Waterford. Yeah, I know. She drops a figurine to the floor and summons a horse. With her move action, she climbs up onto the horse. Kaylin, you may make a melee basic attack of opportunity against her.
Sweet, ma'am.
So the horse isn't Shadowfax, it's Shadow Fries.
Is it a flaming horse? This
It is
vital
not a flaming
information.
horse. It is not a flaming horse, but it is green. It does not look normal.
What number did I need?
You needed. She has an AC of 17, and you have a +6. So you need an 11.
Super didn't get that. I got a 9.
Okay. She once again almost takes off your head, Anduriel. She mounts on the horse.
I'm so sorry.
She mounts the horse with her move action, and with her standard action, she rides 12 squares to the east off the map. And unless anybody has a really great trick, she is going to be off on her way.
Peace out, Waffle Fries.
Okay, this is waffle fries. She is headed back to Chick-fil-A for a refill, if that's
Yes,
possible.
I need that so much.
We'll be there
Okay.
soon, Shug.
All right. Epistovus casts the invisibility spell, and he runs.
If we're both invisible, can I see him now?
It doesn't actually work that way, but that is an interesting point that you made. Kenny in chat goes, "Bibbity bobbity bye, Lady Waffle Fries."
Yes, baby girl, I'm so proud.
Yeah, and one of these days, yeah. Okay.
Chat's
so,
coming strong tonight. Well done,
Yeah.
chat.
Zoltar,
Yeah,
blame
Chat's
Andy.
good.
Once he showed up, it ended. It's that glittering bot of his distracting her.
All right, never mind. Chat is terrible.
Woo!
Chat is
Okay.
terrible.
Right. Spicy. Okay. Moving on.
I say.
Our love is very fickle when it comes to chat.
Now, Ryan, remind me, can you still take an attack of opportunity even if you can't see the target?
Yes, you can. It's just at a -5.
That's what I thought. Okay, Epistovus just ran. Kalen, and Duriel, and Gizik, you can all take an attack of opportunity on him.
Take a swing at him.
His AC is to you with a -5. It's 21.
So can I do a spell on that, or is it just a regular roll?
Just a melee basic.
Dang
it's an
it.
attack of opportunity. You rolled a 1.
I got 20. I
yeah.
got 20.
So with the -5, I think that'll be a miss.
All right.
I got a 7.
Okay. All right. So here's what I imagine happens. Kalen swings again, and everyone's like, "Ah!"
Everyone just
I would have hit if I had
ducks.
duck her sword.
And then I jump onto the pile. And
Yeah, you duck her sword. Gizik, you're afraid to lose a couple stone fingers. It's whatnot. And she's a little girl with a great big two-handed greatsword swinging
Can
around.
she just start yelling duck in advance? Because, it would save a lot of trouble.
She can.
Jenkins.
she just
She
screams
can-
with every swing, and we just know, get out of the
Okay.
way.
All right. So her hands go up like this, and everybody runs for the border. All right, moving on. Okay. All right, ladies and
The
gentlemen.
16-year-old learns to drive, and everyone's just bolting in every other direction.
And it's not because she's a girl, it's because she's Kayla.
No.
I thought it was because she was 16, but okay, yeah. Actually, Kaylin's not 16. Kaylin's in her 30s. So, all righty. So, Lady Waterford, or not Lady, Mrs. Waterford, nobody calls her Lady. Mrs. Waterford rides that green horse that's obviously a figurine of wondrous power of some kind. She rides that thing off into the sunset as fast as she can get away. Epistovus is sustaining the invisibility spell, and he bolts and takes off running, the tracking of which would be nigh impossible given what he's doing. So that is where we find ourselves. And there you stand, my friends. And Duriel, you become visible, obviously, on the next turn. And there he stands, and everybody's just kind of standing up there. Some of you wounded,
Like,
some of you
that
not.
was
I
not
shimmer
what I
into
was planning at
existence
all.
since I'm glittering or something.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Somebody sparkles into existence.
All right. So then I say,
Yes,
"Oh, small
finally
man."
broke him down.
All right. Gizik, you say what?
"Oh, small man, you're back!" And I just grab him and kind of like slap him on the back and give him a hug.
Okay. Oh, okay. And Duriel, he reeks like freaking day-old socks. What's your reaction?
I stoically accept his not affection, but whatever, because he looks to be the one who's done a lot of damage, and I respect that.
Okay. Yeah, he clawed the crap out of a lot of the enemies here. Okay. All right. So there he is. Gizik is hugging Anduriel. Lachlan, you are pretty sore, my friend, from your experiences. Do you or Kaylin say anything?
Caitlin will probably be like, sorry about the sword thing. It's very happy. I'm still getting used to it. It's nothing personal, I swear.
Lachlan just says, I knew you couldn't stay away.
Oh, the Anduriel eye roll is back.
Okay.
Oh, it's been so long.
Okay.
Now he's really back.
All right. That's all he does is roll the eyes on there.
Well, he's trying to just hold his breath as long as he can. He may be dead, but he can still smell.
He may be turning
Yeah.
blue.
Yeah. Okay. And down there you have a knight down there shaking, holding his short sword, looking up at you, looking very
Wondering What the hell
confused,
just happened?
wondering what the freak just happened, and we can deal with that next time. So unfortunately, no visit from the Vistani as we advertised this time, but perhaps we will see that at the beginning of the next episode. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. If you have not done so, please subscribe to the subreddit and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Sage of Sorcery Productions or Holy Rollerz D&D on the subreddit, so that you have a chance to win that beautiful little Holy Rollerz dice vault, or whatever John Gaitan decides to decorate it with, perhaps. So, and please subscribe so we can do that. Anybody have any announcements, anything?
No, but even though I don't want to do this because it semi-involves public speaking, I'm up for Consider This week, so I should be good and tell you that we can't forget that.
Yeah, nope, we're not forgetting that. I hadn't forgotten either. Jesse will be at PAX coming up here very, very
Yes.
soon. So
I
don't
have it in a pinned tweet. I will be there a day early and leaving a day late. So if anybody wants to come say hi, please do.
Yeah. And please tune in to JT's podcast that he does, Fan Made. JT, you want to say anything about that?
Yeah, look me up on Spreaker. That's where it's hosted. Fan Made with JT. I'll have a new episode coming out next week. I just got back from a pheasant hunt in South Dakota. I'm going to be talking to somebody who's sort of an expert in that field, along with all the other fandom that's out there. So
fantastic. Awesome. Ryan or Jeffrey, any announcements?
No.
Happy Halloween.
Yeah, definitely. Hope you all
Yes, belated.
Hope you all had a lovely Halloween. Okay, now it is Jesse's turn. Jesse has our Consider This.
Yay. Before that, he'll never watch this, but I'll say it anyways. It's my brother's 41st birthday today.
Okay.
happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday to my brother Joe.
Happy birthday to Brother Joe. Happy birthday, Joe.
So, my Consider This, I decided to pull a quote from Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King Jr. that says, "Take the first step in faith. You don't have to see the whole staircase. Just take the first step." The reason why I liked this quote was because in this day and age, we're used to seeing instant overnight transformations. And, you watch the show, they do the thing, they fast forward through all the video, and trilla, you come out and you've lost 200 pounds or changed your hair and all this stuff. But you typically don't see the baby steps it takes to get from the before to the after. And I kind of think we as a society need to learn to cherish the baby steps, because it's those baby steps that get us to our end goal. We can't do it all in big giant leaps, but if we take it little by little every day, making progress, even though it might not seem like a lot of progress, it can still move us forward a little bit at a time. So that was my topic that I wanted to talk about.
I love that. I absolutely love that.
That's fantastic, because I think a lot of times the little things are the things we take for granted. We're looking for the grand gesture of something that we can do to signal that we're moving forward, but that's not
that
as
magical
important.
thing that'll push you, over the threshold, or especially with social media, I think is particularly bad at this, because how many selfies, Matt and I have talked about this, how many selfies do you actually take to get that one perfect candid that, you're putting up for everyone to see, not acknowledging that it took me like 65 photos to get here, where I wasn't, crossing my eyes, or my hair was out of place, or on the internet, it's so easy to project this image of just instant growth or instant weight loss or instant whatever it is, but you're not seeing the journey that it takes to get there. And I think the journey is actually more important than the destination.
I love that. I think the baby steps on a day-by-day basis are what take the most character. You can't make a great change without the baby steps usually, right? And the daily effort that's required to do it. So I absolutely love that. But for lifting weights or for weight loss or for any goal. So that's awesome. Anybody have anything else to add?
Nope. I just have a Muppet song running through my head now, but
oh right. And what Muppet song would that be?
What Muppet song is that?
The line in particular I'm thinking of is the "Get in there is half the fun. Come share it with me."
There you go.
Song moving
I
right
like
along.
Good job, Jeffrey.
I love that,
Right.
Jeffrey. Getting there is half the fun. You could apply that to all kinds of things. Okay. All right.
I like that.
That's beautiful. All right. Awesome. Well, in that case, thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen, and for watching episode 5 of Holy Rollerz. Until next time, we are signing off saying geeks are everywhere. There are more of us than there are of them now. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.